Okay, we're recording. Mute up. All right. Today is the second series of the semifinals of the KSO. We have the number 2 seeded Liquid Monarchs versus, I believe, the number 4 seeded Sam Wilds. Let's just get right into it. Bam! They're playing on Wario Knight for the first game, and they'll be playing Cruiser, and Wario Knight will be the tiebreaker as well. The Wilds are up to bat first. K-Rool waddling onto the mound. One of your 3 or 4 best offensive players of the year. Watches the first pitch. Very quick out. Brown critter with a beautiful critter catch to get the first out in their history in the playoffs. I believe that these teams have an equal record against each other in the regular season. Makes it even more interesting.
I believe actually 3 and 4.
Wouldn't be 3 and 1, you said? Maybe, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I've beaten them 3 out of 4 times.
Okay, you're not allowed to commentate your own playoff game, by the way. That's
I'm just throwing it in.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Young up to the plate. Watches the first pitch. Chance of homering down drastically now. Watches the second pitch. I wonder what he's going to do because he has no star to start it. He's going to slap, and it's not going to land. Dixie's going to go back to first. So Donkey Kong 0 for 1 in his semi-final debut. Rezianti charging. Gonna land a hit, but it's not going to quite be fair.
You were right. It was too
Something like that. And that's also not going to land. So that's going to be a scoreless inning for the Monarchs defense in the first. The Wilds are a very notoriously inconsistent team, capable of dropping 20 bombs at a moment's notice. However, nobody's notified them yet, evidently. Baby Pete's charging to start. That's going to land, and it's going to land easily. Could be a double, going to be a double, not going to have the speed to make the triple, even with Yoshi's arm strength. Very good first hit for the Monarchs. Green Toad up to bat, one of the worst Toads in the league, but still a fairly consistent 500 slapper. Going to charge, line drives, and is going to actually get into a double play. That is really unfortunate. I thought it might clear the Firebro thing just on being too high. Blue Drybone's also consistent slapper. Firebro does not jump for it. Now you have one on base for star K-Rool with a chance to hit a home run here. The series record is 8 home runs now for a semifinal series. K-Rool looking to put his mark in history, and he gets one here. That is the first home run of K-Rool's semifinals career. They're not going to get there. Kind of close, but it's over the hat. That thing is gone. That is a 2-0 lead. K-Rool, 1 for 1, 1 home run. It is close. It wasn't the best hit, but not going to get there by any stretch of the imagination. Brown Critter up, one of the better home run hitting critters in the league. Your clutch player of the year as well in the regular season. Fouls one off. That's a home run. Say what you want, but in the games that matter, this brother shows up. That is a solo shot. Also 1 for 1, 1 home run. Perfect hit right down the center with enough speed to really get away on any stadium. No one was ever getting that. Really impressive start here, despite the 2 outs to start the inning. And that is going to be the end of the inning. Now into the weaker part of Sam's lineup. Some would question what certain things you're doing in certain orders. I'd be one of those people. Don't know why Firebro's not after one of the knees, but whatever. Red Toad, another consistent slapper up to the plate. Not going to land here, right to Daisy. Red Mailney, one of the better hitting knees in the league. Gonna sneak it over Daisy's head, and what maybe could be considered an error. That gets him to first base. Red Female Me, one of the weaker hitters as far as me's go, doesn't charge, but can dribble it right at the middle. Now they have 2 on base for Star Firebro, who is a serious threat, one of only 4 players to have a 4 home run game. Firebro is inconsistent, but when he is on, he is on. And he doesn't seem to be here to play today. Gonna get on base, potentially gonna bring one home. That will be a 1 RBI single, potentially. And it will be. It is close. Not quite gonna have the power to get it over the fence in a line drive. But not a bad hit nonetheless. We're not gonna complain about getting a run in. They currently have, I believe, 0 outs in the inning as well.
By the way, just check. I did be in 3-4. I'll check.
Okay, I was wrong. 3-1 against the Wilds this season. And that is going to be the easiest double play you're going to see. Right to the second baseman. Charging. That actually has the distance to homer. I don't think it's going to have the speed or the height. No, not quite. It's going to be caught out. Daisy making a run for it, though. She did want it. She wanted to put her mark on this game early. The Monarchs trying their best to set the tone. Keeps charge. That's a good hit. That will be fair. Could potentially be an extra base. Not going to be. Dixie's a little bit too fast. Purple Toad up to the plate. Very consistent. Watches the first pitch. That will get on base, and that should bring Peach to third. It won't. Now you have 2 on base coming into Baby Peach, and then 2 consistent slappers away from getting all the way back to K-Roll. If Baby Peach can get on, all of a sudden you're cooking with gas. That is a gigantic if. She's about as likely to double play as she is to get on, but she's going to just get a singular out, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Peach risks it a little bit there. I lost my words for a second. I was in suspense. Green Toad up to the plate. Watches the first pitch. Gets on base, and really, I don't know that he should have. Peach is not going to make it home here. Does she turn around? She can't turn around. That's going to be an out. Holy cow. I don't know if I call it a base running error, but that amazing play from to get that buddy throw is able to bring Peach out really with a lot of time to spare. They don't often do that. A lot of times they let that store. So the DK Wild's playing some great defense on the side of their pitching in order to stay within reach of this game. Back to the top of the order where the ever-dangerous Donkey Kong is. That's not going to land. Not a good hit from Pink Me. Dixie Kong gonna get on base. Pretty confident with the slap. Might get a double. Is gonna get a double. Might get a triple. I'd be a little surprised. She's gonna go for it. Turns back around. She gets the double. Donkey Kong is up to the plate. He is 0 for 1 this game. K-Rool finally tired. Let's see if Donkey Kong can get anything out of that. Charges. Watches it. A little bit too quick for him. Doesn't like the pitch. And he's going to star, which should get him on base and potentially bring Dixie home. Not if it goes right to the center field, but it does bowl her over. So Donkey Kong with his first ever semifinals RBI. Donkey Kong really not been the performer you want to see him be. Daisy is the first pitcher to come up on the plate. Red Pianta with a chance to potentially get Donkey Kong into scoring position. He goes for the hit. Do they get the show off? They do, but Donkey Kong is still going to get there despite the base running error. That star pitch are remarkably inconsistent. Red Toad up to the plate. Charges. Gonna actually have the distance and maybe even the speed. Not quite. It is 2 outs now, and now you're going into double red meat. That's a dangerous territory to be. If you can get them both on base, you have a very high likelihood of taking the lead in this game. That's a really, really hard ask, though. They are not consistent hitters in the slightest. First one is going to get on base. The POW might bring Donkey Kong home. It will not. A whole lot is in the line at this at-bat. If she can just get on base, Fibro has a chance. Watches the first one. You almost want to see a star hit here. Oh no, disaster. See what the item is? It's bananas. And they're going to make the play on the ball, saving them from a potential 4-run or more inning. Charging, not really what you want to see right before K-Rool. Charges again, that's a home run. That is a perfect hit. You cannot draw that up any better. I take it back. Dry Bones with a solo shot out to left field. What a hit. K-Rool potentially going to homer here, too. That's so close. If that's just an inch to the left, that is another home run for King K-Rool. Not quite going to have it. This team has 3 home runs through their first rotation through the lineup. Ground Critter charging again. Good, solid hit. Fiddling on the arrow, which doesn't actually help him out. I thought there's a chance that was Ground Rule double. Isn't going to. Orange me up to the plate. Charges. Another really good hit. And that should bring K-Rool home. It is going to bring K-Rool home. And now there's a chance to bring Ground Critter home. It will. You're not going to have the... Oh, wow. And it goes to a close play. And that's a really strong early lead. No outs for the Monarchs as well. Ground Critter having himself a hell of a game. Daisy up for her second at bat. Another really solid hit, but oh my gosh, what a play by Red Beyonce to get there. That is a double play that really didn't feel like it was deserved. Peach not going to get on base either, and that is the inning. A really, really strong inning. Another 3-point inning for the Monarchs. Ever dangerous Firebro up to hit. Watches the first pitch. You almost want to star pitch him out here. He's going to slap. Wow. Firebro continuing to be a little bit inconsistent. Pink Yoshi gonna go into a double play. Horrible hit. His second double play on 2 at-bats in this series. Not the start you want. Watches the first pitch. Goes to the second, and that's going to be a quick out. This lead feeling more and more commanding the longer the game goes on. Back towards the top of the lineup. That might be a little far. It's not going to be far. Got to make it to first base pretty consistently. The dangerous Baby Peach. You do always have to worry about a ground out here. Watches the first pitch. You're almost happy with a strikeout if you're able to get it. Pretty likely to hit this. They always do. And that could be a double play. It's going to be a double play. And that's why I call her dangerous. Not because of how strong her bat is. 2 outs back to the strongest part of the lineup. This is dangerous. This is the danger of DK. He can just destroy slap hitters. They hit it almost every time, and it's almost always now. Extremely dangerous star pitch. DK, even though he's not necessarily putting up crazy numbers in the batting box, is doing a lot of work to keep his team in the game right now. Not going to get on base, so you're limiting Donkey Kong to a 1-run shot should he decide to charge for the first time in this game. You're almost willing to star pitch him here. Watches that one. In fact, you're totally willing to. And that's a home run. If Dixie gets on base there, that would be a 2-run shot to really make things a little bit more interesting. But now you're back to the stronger part of your lineup with... the problem is the 2 me's. If you just had 1 me instead of 2, which is what you should have, Fire Bro would feel much more imminent. Red Pianta up to the plate. He charges. Not a good charge, but it is going to get him on base. Which is the most important thing in baseball. That's why they call it that. Red Toad, no charge. Going to be another great slap over the middle. I think they get there in time. They are going to. And once again, you're in the same position as before. We need to get through 2 knees without a double play. Which is a big ask, honestly, to get to Fire Bro. And that is going to be a double play immediately. Really not a good hit. Dangerous hit. Now you're back up to K-Rool, who has hit 2 out of 2 times and has a home run this game. Probably going to be searching for another, though it's hard to get them off Donkey Kong should he choose star pitch. Bones, as he's done all year, gets on base. He's doing it about 68% of the time. Very high mark. K-Rool probably going to watch this one. Doesn't. Is he going to homer off this? This is going to be close. It's not going to have the height. So Donkey Kong's amazing pitching is really keeping them in this game right now. This could easily be 3-8 right now. And it could be worse. If Donkey Kong didn't star pitch all those slap hitters, this game might be out of hand already.
Fuck, just start saying the location. Oh shit.
Oh my god, is that a brown critter dinger? Sorry, I had to look away for a second there. It's not. Still stranded on base. If you're the Wilds, you need to get out of this without a score. And you've gotten through the hard part. Let the orange me ground out. That's what you're hoping. And you're going to get with another good defensive play by Red Pianta. You have a win condition. You need to score points here and get back to Donkey Kong. That is how the Wilds have a shot. They've had, I want to say, 3 solo shots this game, or 2 solo shots. You need to get more people on base for your best hitters. Redney gonna get on base. That is a start. Potentially gonna be double. Yeah, it is gonna be a double. Probably not gonna make it to a triple. She's gonna go for it. Comes back, probably wisely. Firebro charging. Has not had a good hit yet today, really. And that is one that's gonna be way too high and too fast. All of a sudden, this game is neck and neck. What a hit by Firebro to bring this back within arm's reach. Now your main goal is to get through Pink Yoshi and churn back all the way to DK. If you get back to DK, you have a real chance at this thing. Good hit to do it. And he's going to get on base. That's huge. Now even a me double play isn't likely to stop you from getting to DK. Dixie Kong historically about a 45 to 50% hitter in this league. You more than likely get back to DK in this inning, which in turn likely gets you back to Firebro in the next inning. Gonna double play, almost as predicted. Now things are a little bit more dicey. You need DC to get on base. DC getting on base here is everything. What can she do? She gets on base. Donkey Kong has a chance to hit a go-ahead home run. That was his pitch. You gotta hit that, Donkey Kong. Watches that one wisely. He's looking for it. Ooh, it's close. Not gonna be quite flat enough. If you're Donkey Kong, you have to charge here. I know that you don't like to. He's not going to. And now you're in another weird position, but you do have two slap hitters, so you potentially bring someone home to tie it up. That's not out of question at all. Two 60% or more hitters in Red Pianta and Red Toad. You get two slap hits here, someone comes home, barring a base running error. And that's a start. That's going to bring home Dixie Kong right now. That might also bring home DK. It's going to bring home DK. Holy cow, and they take the lead on that Red Pianta slap hit. Who needs DK when you have Red Pianta? Holy shit, what a game. You almost want to get through one of these knees as well, because you don't feel great about both of them producing. Just the power. No, the power's not going to do anything. That throw is way too fast. Suddenly, the Wilds have a lead for the first time in this series. Donkey Kong still on the mound. Gonna start pitch. Yep. Wisely watches it. Gonna start pitch again. Yep. There it is. She charges, which is the correct thing to do. That's a fucking home run. Holy. Oh my god, they get there. Wow, that felt really fast. I'm extremely impressed they got there. If that's any more to the left, I don't think they do. What a save by this defense. Dixie Kong coming in clutch there. A lot of outfielders don't get there. And Pete isn't able to get on base either. And now all of a sudden, you're staring down Purple Toad into Baby Peach. Watches the first one. Watches the second one. Almost certainly going to slap. Going to. Might be too high. It's going to be too high. And now the Donkey Kong Wilds have all the momentum in the world. They have their best hitter coming up. And they have a lead. This is their game to lose. What a turnaround. Wisely deciding to charge. See if he does it again. Doesn't charge the second time, but it's going to get on base. That's huge. It's only as huge as the next batter. Red Female Me can easily ground out. She's done it before this game. Watches the first one. You're almost okay with watching a strikeout here. And that's why you're almost okay with it. That's a double play. The Monarchs kind of getting bailed out there. My commentator's curse is strong. Porstradamus is real. Still, even a Fire Bro solo shot makes it that much harder to stay in this game. Charges. Not going to have the juice. And now, you are at the best part of your lineup with a chance to walk it off. Charging, you want to see your low trajectory hitters charge. It's more consistent than their slap. Does she charge through it? She doesn't, and that's going to be a quick out. I think they're still going to get there. No, they don't. Wow, the fireball. It's especially long knockback time is able to get her on base. That is huge. You really can't overstate how huge Baby Peach getting on base is here. Especially given how unlikely Toads are to double play. Not going to. Gonna get out, but that doesn't matter. What you care about right now is seeing K. Rool up to the plate with a chance to win the game. And anything besides a blue dry bones ground out into double play does that. I don't know if he's done that once this year. Although that is the right thing. Donkey Kong is playing his mind off as a pitcher. Gonna star hit. Not even being out. That might bring her home itself. It's going to. It's not super close. So now any score wins the game for the Monarchs, and you have the clutch king brown critter after you have K. Rool, who's the number 3 home run hitter in all the KSO. Donkey Kong tired. You need to hang in there for a little bit longer. He's not going to be able to. That is the best play you could possibly have coming out, for sure. Watch is the first one, but it's a ball. Oh, that was close. Watch the second one. That's not going to homer. Doesn't watch it, sorry. Hits it. Fouls off. And that's a double play. We're going to extra innings. What a play by Fire Bro and Red Pianta. What a game. Pink Yoshi up to bat. The least consistent hitter on this whole team. Watches that one, and then the second one he swings and misses at. And that's a good hit. That gets him on base. Your odds of getting back to DK just skyrocketed. You want to see anything but a double play here. Anything but a double play. And you know it's going right to the second baseman. Yeah, there it is. All right, okay. Pink Me not having her best game, to say the least. But Dixie Kong able to get on base. That's huge. Donkey Kong has so much power in his hands right now. If Donkey Kong can just hit a home run, you have a huge chance to win this game. That's going to be close. That's a home run. Donkey Kong takes the lead with another clutch home run. It is 9-7 Wild. This is dangerous. You're going into Red Pianta and Red Toad. Red Pianta does have an outside shot to hit home runs as well. Charges. Goes for the hit. Not going to be a home run. Going to be a really solid base hit. The bounce doesn't quite work in his favor. Worst comes to worst, you're well set up for next inning. Even if Red Toad grounds out, you're guaranteed a Fire plate appearance if the Monarchs are able to tie it up. Oh, that's big. That might bring another runner home. That has a chance. It's not going to. I don't think it's going to be close. It's going to be really close. And they're going to get him home. Holy cow, a bases clearing double for Red Toad. And all of a sudden, this is a 3-run game with the Monarchs in the weakest part of their lineup. This is terrifying. This is a terrifying start for the Monarchs. What a play by Red Pianta. Really, what a game by Red Pianta. Multiple clutch defensive plays, able to pitch out K. Rool with a chance to win the game. And now, coming home to really put a lid on things. Baby Peach is in. The outfield isn't broken. Finally putting an end to that inning. Baby Peach 1 pitch and 1 out. Pretty good stat line. The Monarchs are looking for a miracle. The most important thing is to get to the next inning. That's all your mind is on right now. Survive. Watts is the first pitch. Doesn't like it. On the verge of a walk. And he walked. Oh my God, you never see that. A walked player for the second time this year, I believe. Maybe the third. This isn't the time to do that. Holy cow. And that's going to get on base. All of a sudden, things look a whole lot less scary. The only real threat to rally now is Peach. Daisy's charging. You want her to charge here. Oh, and that's a terrible hit. And that's a triple play to end the game! I don't believe it. I can't believe it. Daisy into a triple play to end the game. The Wilds take game one, and the Wilds have home field advantage in the second game of the series. I don't believe it. What a game. What a game, man. Donkey Kong taking home the MVP, rightfully so. What a comeback. Wow. 140 points batting for Donkey Kong in a 1 home run game. 80 for Red Pianta and 90 for Fire Bro. What an unbelievable game. And that's a way to set the tone.